Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos. Tyler Ramos.
Here we go, yeah. At the top of the class on a roll, hey. And it's time to run it up, yeah, you know, yeah. Maxed out, put the pedal to the floor, yeah. On a roll, here we go, here we go.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Frankie Candles live stream every single weekday right here at 5:45 p.m. At 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Had to get that thumb movement. You guys see that? 5:45. You can't even see that for. Right hand's even quicker. 5:45. Bang. You can't even see it, guys. What is going on, Candle Mafia? I don't know what I'm talking about, but welcome in. Thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate every single one of you guys, and kind of stepped on my intro there. We are live here every single weekday at 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right after ATB. Shout out to my boy, DZ. Guys, we have an amazing show for you tonight. Obviously, we are starting to get a little bit of a stair step to the downside. Nothing too alarming as of just yet, but I want to give you guys some key levels to the downside that we need to be keeping our eye on. Now, we have actually lost our value area high, which is a key level that we were looking at to kind of gauge if we were going to come down or come up. But we haven't actually gotten a big drop into the value area, so we may continue to fight that value area high. So we are kind of at a really, really important time. So I want to show you guys some key levels, not only to the downside, but also above us. I want to show you guys kind of the two ranges that I am looking at and how I am playing these markets as of today and probably going into tomorrow as well. So we're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin. We will be taking a look at those altcoins towards the end of the stream, guys. So get your altcoin requests ready for that time. And yeah, we got a bunch of good stuff going on. News, not news really, but we do have a Femex deal for you guys. If you guys are trading on Femex, or if you're looking for somewhere to trade and you don't have an account yet, you can go ahead and check out Femex. It's one of our favorite exchanges, one of the ones that we use the most over here, but they are doing 10% off all trading fees until I believe June 14th, and they are also doing deposit bonuses. So if you guys are interested, it is pinned to the top of the chat. You can click that link and find out more details there. But guys, let's see. I see chat already going nuts. Shout out to everybody. Got that thumbnail up a little bit late today, so we're letting a few people funnel in here. But again, guys, we're gonna have a great show. We're taking a look at those key levels to the downside and just kind of give you guys a little bit of insight. To be 100% honest, not much has changed since yesterday other than this little move down, but again, nothing really that crazy. We are starting to form some new local ranges that we all want to be aware of, right? Because as you guys know, we look at the markets in terms of ranges. We got a macro range that we're looking at, and we also have a new local range, some pretty good scalping to go on in that little local range. But before we jump into it, guys, let's go ahead and say what is going on to the Candle Mafia. Guys, Listen, it's the same stream, same sweatshirt, but I am sweating. So I'm going to go ahead and dip on this sweatshirt because it is hot in her. Let me tell you. So hot in her. You guys know that song? Let's go. Shout out to Nelly. But yeah, I got to take this off, guys. And shout out to anybody who saw my market update video this morning. Somebody commented, Frankie in a white shirt. This is not the Frankie I know. And you're right, dude. I have, like, no white shirts. I usually wear black, gray, and, like, that's really it. I basically have all just, like, neutral shades. I don't really wear much color. So when you see me in color like this with the Bitcoin orange, you're like, oh, my God, it stands out a lot because I never wear color. And it shows because people in the comments are like, oh, my God, this guy's wearing a white shirt. He never does that. Pretty funny. But, guys, before we jump into it, now we're, baby, look at this. Shout out to the Frankie Candles t-shirts. But, yeah, before we jump in, guys, let's say what is going on to chat. Who do we got in here tonight? Let's see. We got Augustino. What is going on, bro? He says, let's get it. We're about to jump in, man. Shout out to you. We got Curtis Neal in the chat with the famous lobster emoji. Shout out to Curtis Neal. I appreciate you for being here, bro. We got Rafa Espadas, who just joined the Muscle. Shout out to you, man, and welcome to the Muscle. Chemistry, bro, coming in right underneath him. What is going on, Chem, bro? He says, let's run up those likes, Mafia. Guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Every 100 likes we get, you guys get a spin on the wheel of pain and pleasure where you have multiple chances to win some giveaways. Sometimes we always give away crypto. Sometimes we give away some merch, maybe a Frankie Candles hat, maybe a free month in the premium Discord. You'll never know. But yeah, smash up those likes, guys. Every 100 likes, you guys get a spin on that wheel. Let's see who else we got in here. We got Kenton Smith. What is going on, Kenton? Thank you for being here, bro. Shout out to you, man. We got the JD Club. We got Bison, Dark Crash. Shout out to Dark Crash 420. Oh, no, it's just Dark Crash 20. Get your mind out of the gutter. I'm just kidding, guys. Shout out to Dark Crash. Thank you for being here, bro. And don't forget to stay hydrated, guys, because I got my water bottle right here. My water bottle. And also, today's stream is brought to you by... I'm just kidding. It's brought to you by Azteki and Cactus Moss Water, guys. We're back on the sauce. I'm just kidding. But yeah, we got the Zip Fizz here, guys, for immune boost and vitamins, multivitamins, because I'm a child, and you're not going to get me to take actual vitamins, so you got to give it to me in a fizzy, sugary drink. But yeah, this stuff's supposed to be good for you. But I'm going to try to drink it to get some nutrients while we stream, guys. But let's see, we got Creighton C in the house. What is going on, bro? Thank you for being here. Guys, shout out to all our amazing mods. Shout out to Crypto. Where's Crypto Billy been? I haven't seen Crypto Billy in a minute, which is fine. I'm just saying, I hope he's okay. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob, Tyler Durden, D Petty Crypto, Tony D. All our amazing mods, guys. Shout out to you guys. Show them some love in the chat. Let's see. Scott Shaw, what is going on? I'm my hero in the chat, and we got the one, the only, the Biomex in the chat. A-Train, what is going on, bro? Shout out to you. And then I just saw a super chat. Shout out to the Izzy. I think that's the Izzy. Shout out to you, man. Thank you so much for that super chat. I really do appreciate you. And he says, send it to Goblin Tower. Let's get it. Thanks for all the great content. Oh, let's get it, I assume is what he means. Shout out to the Izzy. Yeah, send it to Goblin Tower. I like that. Shout out to you, the Izzy. I appreciate that super chat, man. Yeah, send this thing to zero, baby. Somebody dump this thing so I could buy some more cheap Bitcoin. But let me just go ahead and get this Rit Fizz. What's this called? Zip Fizz. Let me get the Zip Fizz going real quick, guys, so we could jump right into the charts. Shout out to King Peasant. Shout out to Paper Hands Moon Boy. Maybe we get a little satisfying. Here we go. Let's see if we can. Ooh, baby. Oh, yeah. Not as satisfying as I... Oh, no! Oh, no! What is going on? It's fizzing! Oh, my God! This is disgusting! Guys, I'll be right back. Oh, my God, this is horrible. This is radioactive, guys. I don't know what just happened, but that just exploded. Oh, it's so fizzy. I'll be right back, guys. I'm so sorry. This was not planned. Okay. They shouldn't call that stuff Zip Fizz. They should call it Rip Fizz because R.I.P. that drink. I did not know that was going to happen. It got stuck in my throat. Whew. All right. That was unexpected. That was a waste. These things are expensive. Anyway, guys, without further ado, I guess we're going all the way with the Aztecian Cactus Moss Water. Screw the Zip Fizz. I just got assaulted by that thing. Let's go. Sorry for the delay. Without further ado, let's go ahead and take a look at the charts. All right. Yeah, sorry about that, guys. That was, clip it. No, don't you dare clip that. Somebody call the cops on these people. If anybody clips that, I'm calling the police on you. And I heard they take this stuff seriously. So, yeah, if I were you, I would not clip that. Shout out to you guys. That was actually disgusting. It just tasted like fizzy vitamins. It didn't even taste like whatever peach mango. It tasted like if I were to break open a fish oil pill and drink it. It's disgusting. Anyway, jumping right into the charts, guys. Absolutely derailed, but that's okay. That's the last time. Well, no, it's not the last time. We'll be back here with the Zip Fizz, and we're going to defeat it tomorrow. But, guys, taking a look at the charts here. Let's go ahead and continue on. Oh, God. There goes that white tee. Actually, somehow made it out of there. Clean. I don't know how. Shout out to you, Clip It. I just rewatched that. Oh, God. Yeah, that is my fault, guys. Or not my fault. Zip Fizz's fault. Hey, Zip Fizz, if you're out there, I just got assaulted by you guys. If you don't want a lawsuit, maybe hook us up with some free Zip Fizz. I don't even know if I want it at this point. Anyway, let's jump in, guys. Sorry about that little mishap. Anyway, jumping into the price action, guys, I want to start off on our higher time frames, coming all the way up to the weekly. Now, this is something we were looking at yesterday. Oh, God, you guys are funny. But anyway, on the weekly, this is something we've been looking at for a while now. Not a while, but a couple days. Excuse me. I'm posting it on Insta. Replay at 2x speed. Okay, let's see. With the largest speed in the nation, we have great immunity products. I'll send you some if you're down. Crypto Kill a Whale. Interesting. I am always looking for new health products. Shout out to bullishsauce.eth. Shout out to you, man. Thank you for the super chat. And he just sends a big cup of, it looks like coffee, but it actually looks like peach mango Zip Fizz. I'm not going to lie. Zip Fizz is going to be the new meme of this channel. But guys, taking a look at the weekly chart, this is something we've been keeping an eye on very, very closely. And that is the weekly red dot, right? We got that weekly red dot. It confirmed we did get the move down we were looking for, but now it's what happened after that red dot that is interesting. We got that immediate reversal on the VWAP, looking to come up to cross that zero line, printing an immediate green dot right after the red one, giving us somewhat of a bullish sign here, right? Because in my opinion, guys, when we get these VWAP flips, they do typically wind up giving us some kind of a move up. Now, down here, we played a little red dot, green dot a few times as we kind of grinded our way down here. But you could see, like, right here is kind of a good example where you had the red dot immediately swallowed up by the green dot, and then we did get that little pump to the upside. Now, the difference here is the fact that you could see, even though we got the red dot, immediate green dot, and then we got the move up here, you actually had money flow, weekly money flow, fighting you as hard as possible while you got that VWAP flip, and you still got one last pump to the upside before getting a big move down. You guys are funny. Shout out to K-Cuts. But anyway, Yeah, you had money flow fighting against you on the weekly time frame for this, but here we are getting that VWAP flip, but we are actually getting money flow in agreeance, right? We have a little confluence here with the money flow coming up at the same time as that VWAP. Now, we're not getting the crossover at the exact same time, but you do have the money flow coming back up, so that is somewhat of a good sign, and this could wind up giving us a big move up. Now, this is not confirmed. We have to wait for this to confirm to take it seriously or make any decisions based off of it, but if that confirms, that would be a pretty bullish signal in my opinion. Now, shout out to Creighton C. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. He says, note to Frankie, things called Fizzy Fizz also can Mrs. Wait, things called Fizzy Fizz? Fizzy Fizz? Is that like a different thing? Or am I reading the Zip Fizz wrong? I think it's Zip Fizz. But shout out to Creighton. But he says, also, can Mrs. Candles pick you up a sippy cup? Third drink you spilled, bro. Guys, we drink Aztecian and Cactus Moss Water every single day on the stream, and you're right. But the only time we've ever spilt anything on the stream has been like within the last couple of weeks. Something fishy's going on. But yeah, maybe we do need a sippy cup. How funny would that be? I'm going to have to get a sippy cup. Shout out to Creighton. Appreciate that super chat, bro. And stay tuned because that sippy cup might be on the way. Shout out to you, bro. You're an absolute OG, bro. Shout out to you, man. But anyway, again, that green dot with the money flow coming up could be a bullish sign. But again, we want to wait for that to confirm. Coming further down the time frames here, our 6-day is now printing a green dot. However, that money flow is looking nasty. So, yeah, money flow coming straight back out on the 6-day, but the green dot is printing. Now, we may see that weekly money flow come back out, but it is going to lag behind the 6-day. You want to remember that. But moving on to your 5-day, your 5-day is still technically curving up towards that 0 line. So 5-day money flow still looks good. Your 4-day is printing that green dot still. Have about 2 days and 2 hours to confirm that. But I will say, I mean, you are technically getting a bearish divergence here on the 4-day if you were to print a red dot here. But if we could push up a little bit higher, you might put in a nice bear div here. But green dot printing on your 4-day, that would be somewhat of a bullish sign. Your 3-day green dot is also printing. And then your 2-day green dot has been confirmed for a while, but your money flow is coming up very nicely on the 2-day. So interesting, kind of some mixed signals here on the higher time frames, but the big thing is I would say, other than that 5-day money flow, or that, what was it, the 6-day money flow coming straight back out, other than that, green dots on the higher daily time frames could be a bullish sign, even with that nasty 6-day money flow, because the 5-day and the 4-day money flow is still intact, and then the 2-day is coming up pretty nicely here. So I would take away, all in all, pretty, I would say, a little bit more bullish than bearish on the higher time frames with those green dots and the money flow on the 2-day. But the reason why we want to take note of that is, again, because if you take a look at these medium hourly time frames, guys, so this is the interesting thing, right? We could be peaking out here with the 2-hour money flow. Your 4-hour is now back in the red, which is a little bit more bearish, right? So you look at the higher time frames, you're seeing the green dots. The money flow does still somewhat look good, but when you start looking at these lower or medium hourly time frames, you know, these were looking very good, and they played out pretty well, right? Like, we had the money flow coming up on the 1 hour. We got a big move up. Obviously, your 2-hour money flow was coming up as well as you got that big bounce up. Your 3-hour also got that crossover into the green. However, this was not as long-lived, right? The money flow is starting to come back up here, but your VWAP is coming up, so that may push you back to the upside potentially. But take a look at that 4-hour. The money flow on the 4-hour, guys, this is pretty bearish. So just, some warning signs here that we may be ready to cool off just a little bit. And then on top of that, your daily, right? Your daily VWAP is curving back down. However, you guys will know, yesterday we were looking at the money flow on the daily was basically just absolutely and immediately skirting back to the upside. But now we have money flow coming out on the daily. This is a bit of a more bearish sign here. And again, once that VWAP crosses over that 0 line to print another red dot on the daily, that could wind up giving us a bigger move to the downside. Now, Again, not really much has happened since yesterday. So, but your 90-minute money flow is starting to roll out. 45-minute is looking to cross, is coming back into the green, but we may just be making a lower high here to cross back over into the red. But let's go ahead and pull up some of those levels, guys, because the levels are really what the thing that we're going to be looking at to try to figure out what the heck is going on with this thing, right? So actually, let's go over here and we'll pull up this chart right here. And this is basically what we're looking at, guys. Basically, the two major ranges that I am looking at right now are going to be on the from here, this is the basic range volume profile that we've been looking at on the channel for quite some time, coming all the way from Friday the 13th, all the way to our current price action. Now, this was the key level from this was the key level last night, right? This value area high, because we were saying, hey, listen, we know if we break below this value area high, we may get sucked back into this value area, and it may be the start of our journey back down to our point of control, coming in at about $23,400. Now, I want to point something out here. If we come to another exchange, I'm actually going to look at this on the Bitstamp chart, and you can see if we pull that same range here on the Bitstamp chart, the POC actually comes in at about $23,000 even. So depending on what exchange you're looking at, these levels may be a little bit different because every exchange has a little bit different volume. So the levels do vary, but you can see here, but at about 23.5, like, let's go back to the other chart. That POC on this chart is coming in at about 23,400. And then when we come to this, this chart obviously is coming in at 23K, but you do have at about 23,500, you have that local golden pocket, right? So there's very, very similar levels here. But nonetheless, I would expect support on both of these levels, right? Even though they are, hundreds of dollars apart, I would look for a reaction off of both of those levels, right? Because the POC on the other exchange at 23.4 would likely give you a bounce right off that POC, which is probably a local golden pocket as well. And then if you're looking at this chart, the POC is at 23K, but you have the local golden pocket as a level in a very similar area, right? So it's always going to vary a little bit depending on what exchange you're looking at. So I don't want anyone getting confused on these levels. So if you're like, hey, my POC is at 23.4, why is he looking at a POC at 23K? Just know that it is different, but I'm also looking at that same level on this chart as well. It just doesn't happen to be where the POC is on this volume profile, right? So continuing on, we were looking at this saying, hey, this is a really important level, right? Because we knew if we broke below that level, we would likely, come down, bearishly retest, and get a bigger move down, which is exactly what we had happen. Now, nothing really too crazy happened, right? We didn't come down too much, but we are getting trapped here. However, we have not really gotten shunned back down into this just yet. So we may kind of continue to test that value area high. I'll go ahead and mark this out with a horizontal line. We may just kind of continue to fight this and either break out, flip it to support, and get a move up, or we may just kind of bounce our heads on this and then get rejected. First off, making a move to that local golden pocket at about 23,005. And then if we lose that level, we'll probably come down most likely to the POC at around 23K. You also do have perfect confluence between your POC and your 786 fib level right there as well. So just another level of confluence, right? So this is the first major range I am looking at, right? This would be considered our more macro range, right? We're at the highs of this range, right? So we're not getting super mega bullish right now. Market Cypher is not really calling anything super mega bullish at this moment either, right? So if we were sitting at the highs of the range getting mega bullish signals, then maybe there'd be a reason to be bullish. But we're not just bullish here because we think we're going to break out for no reason, right? We need bullish confirmation. So typically, at the highs of these ranges, we are actually looking for moves down, right? That's why last night, we were looking at a potential rejection back into this value area. Now, if we cannot get back above this level, right, obviously, once again, we're going to come down most likely towards that golden pocket or POC, and then eventually may start that journey even lower down to about 21.5, which is where your value area low is. So that's kind of where we are more in a medium term perspective. So we really got to get back above that value area high if we want to see more moves to the upside, right? And then pulling up our volume just to give people a little bit of perspective here. Again, just kind of zooming out, looking at more of a macro, more of a macro little setup here. Bada boom, bada bing, right? There you go. Now, so this is our general, medium-term range. Then this is our macro range. This value area high is something you do not want to come below. So yeah, just keep in mind that we also do have this value area down here. But right now, we are pretty far away from that. So we're just looking at this medium-term range. Now, not only that, shout out to the Biomex. Thank you so much for that super chat, bro. He says, for Frankie's Sippy Cup Fund, shout out to you, bro. Hashtag Fizzy Fund. Hashtag Cap Me. Let's go. Shout out to the Biomex, bro. You're hilarious. Thank you, guys. We will be getting a sippy cup on the show very, very soon. Maybe a branded sippy cup. But yeah, you never know. We'll have to see. Let's see. Yeah, D. Petty said, I'm just here to watch Frankie try to vomit. Guys, that got close. That got really close because it started foaming. And then I tried to sip it to cut it down a little bit, and then I kind of sucked the fizz in, and it kind of made me cough. I had to cough, and oh yeah, I didn't even look at the damage. Yeah, I kind of spit all over the wall. I'm gonna have to clean that up later. Shout out to D Petty Crypto. But let's go ahead and continue on here as I get Femex notifications. OP is down 10% in the last 24 hours, guys. But yeah, anyway, continuing on, yeah, so that is the medium-term range we're looking at. We're at the highs of the range. At this point, just based off of the volume profiles, guys, if we don't get, it doesn't look like we're starting to fight this just yet. So if we don't get back above this level, we are likely going to come down to those lower levels that we just spoke about. However, if we zoom in a little bit more to the 15-minute here, I do just want to show you guys, we do also have a local range starting to form here, which is, let me see, can I pull, I'll pull it up in a minute. But anyway, so there you go, right? This is kind of the micro range or the local range that we have going on for Bitcoin here. Value area high is coming in. Let me mark that out. Value area high is coming in at about $25,100. Go ahead and mark that value area high. And then on the POC, and then on the POC, we are coming in at about $24,300. Go ahead and label that POC. And then we'll come down to the value area low right about here at about $24,080, and we will mark that out as the value area low, right? So as we are, in a zoomed out, when we're looking at it zoomed out, we are kind of just sitting up at the top of this range, right? But we could zoom in to find those saucy scalp trades on the lower time frames. And obviously looking for longs at the lows of the range and shorts at the highs of the range. Just treating this little local range as a typical volume profile, looking for those longs at the lows, shorts at the highs, right? And then this is, let me see, can we pull this up? Let me see, what chart did I put this on? I got too many dang charts. Guys. Too many dang charts. Well, I'll just have to mark it out. So this was actually shout out to the premium Discord, guys. This was a trade setup that we put in the premium Discord, where obviously, guys, we don't actually trade real money. It's not financial advice or anything like that. It's not a signals group, but we just have fun and we just trade fake money, and it's fun. But we do put those setups in the premium Discord, guys. This was one of those setups. Absolutely sniped this level here, looking for long at that level with specific bullish confirmations coming down, looking for that scalp trade. We are currently, trade is currently up 2.4%. We'll see if we could get to our last take profit at the value area high. And again, I'm not going to go over the specific, why I was looking at this for a setup or what the specific confirmations were on here, but I do want to kind of break down to you guys just the idea of where my take profits are and my stop losses are, right? Typically for my take profits, if I am range trading a range like this, basically, if you get in at the bottom of the range, if it is a volume profile, typically I will take my first take profit at the POC. But as you can see, that first take profit at the POC was like about 1%. So you could make some money there depending on how much leverage you're using. But, if it is a decent amount of profit to the POC, I will take some profit at the POC. And then that next take profit will happen at the value area high. And then once we get to that value area high, that's kind of where I'll assess the situation. Does it look like we're going to get a breakout to higher prices? If it does, I will take some more profit, but leave a little bit of a moon bag in there and then move my stop loss loss to break even or into profit to hopefully get that breakout of the range. And if we did get a breakout of that range, guys, I said this on the BitBoy Crypto morning stream, right? This is where, this is how we're able to long the bottoms, right? So you can see here, like, obviously you're not longing the bottom here, but you're longing the bottom of this price action, right? So if we come up and we get a massive moon up to 28K, you're gonna be like, oh my God, how did they know to get in there? It's because we're looking at the charts in terms of ranges, right? We were just looking for this little scalp trade from the value area low to the value area high, but if we get up here and we wind up getting a breakout, we will have gotten an amazing entry down here at the range low, right? And then it's also a very, very, I don't want to say safe, but it's a very risk-averse way to trade because you know that if we break that value area low very decisively or we come down, deep and we start really breaking these lows, you know it's probably going to be a bad trade and you get stopped out at a small loss, right? So this wound up playing out really, really well. Shout out to the premium Discord and anybody who was able to get in on that information before the move happened. But again, the way we do this, right? We're just looking for longs at the bottom of the range, right? And then we're looking to potentially, we know, due to the rules of the volume profile, it is likely for us to get a move back up to that value area high. And then also, guys, I was on Blockchain Basement earlier today, and I don't really remember doing this. I always say this, like, I make so much content. We make so many videos. We do so many live streams. I talk to so many people that I don't know where I talk about certain things. But someone was saying, we were looking at a gala short. I don't remember if it was on this show or where it was. But I guess I think I did put a couple of like little freebies in the live stream yesterday and the day before. So it must have been one of those. Or no, it was just yesterday because we did not stream on Monday. But let's see. I was busy doing lab work. Shout out to chemistry, bro. Let's see. Crypto Degen said the kitchen is the absolute truth. The kitchen is what we call the premium Discord, guys, or I call it. I don't think anyone else calls it that, but well, I guess. Crypto Degen calls it the kitchen. But yeah, again, like I don't remember exactly where we were looking at the gala short, but if I had to guess, it was probably on the live stream, and I assume we probably saw something setting up. Yeah, it was probably this. It was probably this bear div on the 1 hour with the money flow coming out. But I don't even remember specifically what it was, but it wound up dumping. So just a testament to how we look at the charts here, guys. Listen, trading is not easy, but it's also like you don't need to be a rocket scientist to get this, right? So I just wanted to bring that up real quick. However, again, this is the local range that we are trading, guys. So once we start getting this move back up to the value area high, which looks like we might get that touch of the value area high, if we could flip that value area high to support and get a break through this purple box, that is, where we could potentially see a bigger move up. But I don't know if we're going to get that big move up. I think that the next time that we will see another leg to the upside is going to be on that 4 hour green dot. However, with money flow coming out again pretty aggressively here on the 4 hour, I don't know how good I feel about that, right? So, just something to keep an eye on. Again, that green dot would likely be the next time we are going to get a big move up. But that scalp is working out pretty nicely. But again, that is the local range that I am looking at. Really, guys, again, like you could find these ranges everywhere, right? You get a big move up. This was not a clean range, but you could pull some volume on this, right? Just like pull some volume, see what happens, right? I'm going to have to unextend it. There you go, right? And like kind of gives you some kind of a context of what's going on, right? And then, right, and that's basically how the market moves all the time, right? You get, this is the 10-minute. We can come up to a higher time frame. You get a big move, right? Big move, range, right? So pull some volume on that range because, it's hard to trade these big moves, right? You have to get in on a pullback, and that's always a little bit risky because is it a pullback or is it a trend reversal? It's always really hard to tell, but you get that big move up. Once you start consolidating, that's where you can pull your little range, your volume profile, kind of get some context. And then you're seeing here, right? Like now you're not just getting in on a pullback. You're actually looking at levels. And you're like, hey, if we come down to this level and we get bullish confirmations, I'll just look for a little scalp trade up to the value area high, which you did get before pulling back and absolutely ripping through that range, right? So that's just how we do it, right? You come up, big move up. then you look at this range, right? This was a range that we were looking at when we were trading in it, right? And you pull that range like this. You look at this range. Now you're just trading. You're at the highs of the range. You break into the value area, long the lows, up to the value area high. You might have been looking for a short up here. I'm not going to go into find it exactly, what looked bearish about this. But if you get bearish confirmations out here, up here, you're looking for a short to the bottom of the range. And then if it breaks down further, that's your grand slam trade, right? You're not going for a grand slam. You're just going for a single. You're just going for a double. And then without you even realizing it, okay, that one turned into a grand slam. So there you go. But let me go ahead and get rid of all this stuff. But again, guys, really not much has happened since yesterday. Levels do remain basically the same. Let me go ahead and pull this up right there. I guess this is the actual setup. Or is this I don't even know if this is the chart we were just looking at. But let me see. Yeah. But yeah, that is our local range that we are looking at. Where is my... God, I really got to reorganize these charts, guys. For real. Not that one. Yeah, I think it's right here. Bada boom. There we go. There we go. Macro and local. There you go. So you have your local range right here. Let me get rid of these marks here. Bada boom, bada bing. Yeah, so you got your local range, and then that more macro range is that that area from Friday the 13th that we've been looking at for quite some time, right? So maybe, if we do want to get a bigger move, guys, we got to crack this purple box, flip that purple box basically to support before we can wind up getting that big move up, and then zooming all the way out, guys, looking at our volume. Obviously, we are looking to crack back into this low volume gap, break above that golden pocket. If we can hold that golden pocket, that is where we are likely to see that quick move up to about 28.8K. And that will likely be the first stop for price. It is our 786 fib level. We will also be testing the lows of this previous range that we traded in. So you're likely to, even if we do get a move up there, you are likely to get some resistance here. And then again, obviously, I have talked about this on the stream. I talked about this on the stream yesterday. If we do get a move up like this, this is going to be a very, very key level to watch, because if we break above this level and flip it to support, that's where we are likely going to revisit the highs of this previous range, which does come in at about $31,000. So, once we approach this level, it's going to be very important, because not only is it retesting the lows of this range, it's also the value area low of that volume profile. And it is, because it's the value area low, we know if we flip it to support, we will likely get a move up to the top of that range, again, coming in at 31K. So that's really kind of the same deal as yesterday, guys. Not too much has changed. Really, the important levels to keep an eye on in the near term is going to be that value area high coming in at about 20. Let me see exactly where that is. This is the value area high coming in, at about $24,865. So once we decisively flip that level, that's where we could expect a bigger move up. But again, even if we get a move all the way up to it, we start banging our head, that could be bad news, and we could get that bigger move down to the lower end of the ranges. All right, let's see. Frank BTC going to 15K. Shout out to RH. I mean, maybe. I'll be honest, guys. I will say this. I don't know. Listen, I generally lean on the fence that the bottom is likely in, but that does not mean that we are 100% in the clear. Move this chair up a little bit. I sit in the chair and it slowly sinks down. But yeah, I am in the camp that, the bottom was probably put in here at about 15.3K. Or 15.4, give or take a few bucks on which exchange you're looking at. But I do think the lows are probably in for this bear market, but that does not mean that it is impossible to make lower lows, guys. We could easily get some kind of a black swan, get some lower lows in here. Definitely not out of the question. So yeah, that is, so yeah, I don't know if we're going to make it all the way back down to 15K, but I will tell you, if you're looking to try to figure out if you are going to make it to 15K, what I would be keeping an eye on is this value area high at about $21,800. If you break below this level, you're probably going to get pretty close to the bottom of this value area, which gets you into the 18,000s. And then obviously, like we were just saying, this is the futures contract chart. If you come to the Bitstamp chart and you look at that same range, the bottom of that value area is at about 15.9. So if you break that key level, this value area high, this is the value area high I would look at. Again, at about $21,800. 21.5 is where this value area high is. If you break that level, get accepted back into this range here, you could, if you can't get back above that value area high, you could work your way back down to your POC at about 16.8 and then the value area low at about 15.9. So if you want to go back to 15K, we got to break this level first at about 21.5 decisively, and we have to get stuck underneath it, right? Closing multiple 4-hour candles. Shout out to D Petty Crypto for the $5, bro. I appreciate you. You don't got to super chat me, bro. You do enough for us. But shout out to you, man. He says Mrs. Candle's carpet cleaning fund. Shout out to D Petty Crypto, and shout out to Mrs. Candles for cleaning the carpet. And shout out to D Petty Crypto. D Petty, why don't you go ahead and let the Candle Mafia know? I might be setting myself up for failure here, but we'll see. We'll see. D Petty Crypto's a funny guy. I got the chance to meet him at the book signing, and if he's as funny as I think he is, he's gonna take this and run with it. But guys, D Petty met Mrs. Candles in person. Come on, D Petty, tell him she's real. D Petty met her in real life. He spoke to her, real words. Tell him, D Petty, tell him she's real. Tell him she's real. Hopefully he's not as funny as I think he is. Could be set myself up for failure. But yeah, D Petty, let him know she's a real person, right? Wasn't DZ, right? Oh, God, I hope he doesn't throw me under the bus here. Anyway, but yeah, if you want to see 15K again, we're going to have to break below that level decisively. And honestly, that level, really the more important level to, like, once we break 19.2, if we can get down to 19.2 and crack that level to the downside, that's where I'm thinking 15K is probably likely. But as of right now, there's no reason for me to think we're going to 15K anytime soon, but that could change by tomorrow, right? Could change by tonight, right? Really. So, again, levels kind of remain the same, guys. If you're in the free Discord, all those, I knew it. Oh, God. At Tony D. Call the police on D Petty. We don't know where he is, but we're going to start a manhunt for him. He's going on America's Most Wanted list. Shout out to D Petty. He says, I don't know what you're talking about. It's like she's a girl, and she was standing there with us, remember? She's my girlfriend, because I have a girlfriend 100%. I'm not a loser, guys, I swear. D Petty's just kidding. He's just joking around. Tell him, D Petty, you're joking, right? Oh, God. Well, I guess it'll remain a mystery, guys. Shout out to D Petty Crypto. I love you, bro. But anyway, let's see. Jessica Deasy? Shout out to Ice Cold. Let's see. Is she AI? Maybe. Sometimes I think she might be. But anyway, guys, those are the key levels I'm watching. Again, like, I don't want you guys to get too caught up on this bigger range down here. Really, the major levels that we're looking at are this range here between about 21.6 and about 25K, and then that more micro range that we have going on between about 24.80 and about 25.1, right? So those are more of the levels that are more relevant, right? So those are the key levels, guys. And again, money flow on the 1 hour starting to come to starting to come back up a little bit here. But again, being really cautious with the daily cooling off, we could be ready to come down a little bit more. So I would be just a little bit cautious. Also, we did have a 90-minute, We did have a 90-minute blood diamond. Okay, I'm a liar. It is on regular candles. I know that. There you go. Confirmed blood diamond on the 90-minute. And then we also did have another one, I believe, on a different exchange. But yeah, we started seeing those blood diamonds. I believe there were some yellow X's popping up on the lower time frames as well. Yeah, you had a yellow X here trying to push you down all the way to that value area low. But yeah, I would just be very cautious with money flow now coming out on the lower time frames, guys. If this money flow doesn't start aggressively coming back up, we could just be coming up for a little bit of a retracement before a bigger move down, right? 2-hour green dot is printing, so that could give you a short-term move to the upside. Hopefully that 2-hour green dot gets this whole setup to play out. But if you're looking for a good place to reject for a lower high, I mean, this might not be much of a better place than right here to do it. But yeah, keeping an eye on that 2-hour green dot, that could give us a bigger move up. Looking forward to bring us up to the value area high. But in the immediate short term, guys, really just looking at this value area right here. If we get a move up to the value area high, if we're getting bearish confirmations, likely that we will just continue to range. So unless we blast through this level and flip it to support, I am just expecting to range around in here. But that's about it, guys. It's kind of not much really has changed since yesterday. But with, again, really the major thing here is that 4-hour money flow and the daily money flow do look a little more ugly than yesterday. But how long have we been going for here? Let's see. About 53 minutes. So we are almost ready to start moving on to those altcoins. Let's see. Shout out to Nate La Pena. What is going on, bro? He says, hope everyone's been very profitable. Please take your profits, y'all. Yeah, absolutely. Never bad advice. Please pay yourself, guys. If you don't pay yourself, how are you going to make money, right? Let's see. Oh, God, someone's hating on Canada. It's like, and then TRD Farmer said, hey, leave Canada out of this. Oh, hey, let's see. I guess I have a boyfriend then, but he's in Canada. Yeah. I should. Never mind. Shout out to Captain Kirk in the chat. What is going on, Cap? Thank you for being here. Hey, Frankie. Shout out to Paul Wood. Says, hey, Frankie, thanks for all your help with things you said that if we broke 25.9, we would head into a low volume gap, making us jump to 28K. But what happened to that? Shout out to Paul Wood. So here, well, let's take a look at that because that's a great question, right? So what he's talking about is, zoom out a bit. Come on to a higher time frame. So this is what he's talking about is this low volume gap right here. Typically what happens with these low volume gaps is once you break into them, there's not a lot holding you back, right? There's no resistance really holding you back. There's nothing but air between you and that high volume node. But what you want to realize here is there is a big low volume gap here. But first off, the real, and I've been saying this recently because these volume profiles have literally hit like almost 100% of the time that we bring them up. But I've been saying like, hey guys, like these volume profiles hit like something that hits really hard. I'm not going to get into it, but whatever hits really hard, these volume profiles really do hit. So, but I was saying like, guys, like nothing is 100%. And the fact that, we've been right so many times in a row, like we're probably due to be wrong. At some point soon, right? So the quick answer to that, who was it? I lost it. Who asked the question? Paul. So the quick answer is just nothing plays out 100% of the time, right? So that's just, it's never that if you break into the low volume gap, we are 100% going to rip up through that gap. However, you could see it is a very reliable thing, right? Because once we rip through this gap, what happened? Absolute moonshot, right? What happened when you crack that level to the downside? Absolute moonshot, right? Even back here, even back here, you got quick moves down through that gap, right? So it is very reliable, but it's not always going to happen 100% of the time. But basically what happened was, we just didn't have enough gusto to get there, right? But if we break back up in here, that move up did happen quickly. We just got hit. We most likely, we were probably hitting up against, you could see this candle from back here, right? Boom. Right, we did have, it's crazy when you look at it, right? Almost to the dollar. This wick came down here creating this little level of resistance, right? So we did have a little bit. We came up and hit our head right here. You came down, got a bounce at this level, right? A little bounce right here. So on the way back up, you would expect that to act as resistance, right? So, and that does look like that is probably the level that we did wind up hitting our head on. Where is it? Right there, right? Almost wicked it to the dollar, right? So that is likely what bounced us back down, and we just didn't have enough gusto to get up there. But if we come back up and crack that level again, like there's still very little volume up, so it's very likely that we will continue to see that big quick move up. But nothing is just 100%, right? So just understand that in trading, it doesn't matter, again, like that's probably and it's honestly not even really that it didn't play out. We did fly through the low volume gap, but we got rejected by that little wick. So we did actually get that quick move up. We just got rejected from there. But if we crack that level, you would likely see, and again, like even if you do get a move up, let's say you do come up above here and hold this level as support, you do have the rest of the gap up there, but just understand that you will likely get a quick move up through that gap, but understand that it doesn't always bring you directly to the peak of that high volume node, like right there, right? Because you're going to hit other levels, right? So if I draw a horizontal line here, you could see we got a lot of support, that whole range, right? This value area low is like right here. So you're likely going to get resistance before you get to that actual high volume node. But just in general, there is very, very, very little resistance here, which is why that wick came up so fast. And if we do come back up here, it will likely get up there very, very quickly. And then again, stopping off not exactly right to 30K. We are likely going to stop off at 28K. And the reason for that being, again, right, if I draw that horizontal line, you can see we got to bounce off that 28K level right here, right? So even though that's not represented in the volume, there is still a little bit of a level there. But because there's no spike in volume, you know it's not going to be like the strongest level. So I hope that makes sense to you. Really, like the quick answer to that question is just nothing plays out 100% of the time. You can't just, so yeah, that's kind of the easy, but we did get rejected right from where that wick bounced. So that was a little level of resistance we had. But really, like the easy answer there is like nothing happens 100% of the time. So there you go. I hope that clears things up for you, Paul, or at least a little bit. Yeah, let's go. Shout out to Paul Wood. Yeah, when you ask a question in this live stream, guys, I really do try my best to explain it as in-depth as possible. Shout out to Paul. Hopefully that cleared things up a little bit for you. So if you are looking at gaps like that, it is worth going back and looking at where you've gotten bounces in the past, because your support and resistance levels will likely still be respected. But again, because there's no real spike in volume there, it would make it like not that strong of a level, right? Even though we did get rejected. So, but there you go. Hopefully that, oh God. Oh God. Am I getting trolled or does someone else get trolled? Let's see. Hey, what's going on? Kenny says, smash those likes, y'all. Bing bong. Shout out to Kenny Mac. What is going on, bro? And you got fella in your name. Might as well go ahead and join the good fellas. Let's go. Let's see. We all make mistakes. I divorced mine. Shout out to I'm my hero. You are my hero now. Shout out to you, bro. Thanks again, Frankie. Cheers. Salute, Paul. Salute to you, my friend, my paisan. New flavor of the Aztecian cactus moss water. Shout out to Paul Wood. Hopefully that explanation kind of helped you out. But yeah, shout out to you guys. And Jimmy Two Shoes, we know you're out there somewhere. And Crypto Billy, we love you as well, bro. All right, continuing on. Camp Shump says, ooh, woo. Let's go. But let's go ahead and move on to the altcoins, guys. Go ahead and throw your alts in the chat if you want us to take a look. Disclaimer, if you super chat an altcoin, it does not guarantee that we will look at it. Just a heads up. Sure, we will definitely take it into account, but there is no guarantee. So don't get mad if we don't look at it and you're like, hey, I super chatted, you didn't look at my coin. Now I can go back and say, hey, remember we said that we won't look at it if it's not guaranteed. But yeah, just want to clear that up. Shout out to Chemistry Bro, said if we lose value area and drop, we likely go lower, but everything is telling me don't go back down. We were looking at macroeconomics as a worry for lower lows. Banks broke and we pumped. Yeah, Chembro, yeah. Great point. Great point. Through all this FUD, through all this crazy stuff going on, Bitcoin is continuing to grind forward. So really, really interesting and honestly, in my opinion, a sign of strength for sure. Let's see. Bada boom, bada boom. It's a pancake. Shout out to Curtis Neal. We got to check out your levels from yesterday. Solana. We looked at Solana yesterday, didn't we? I think we did. Let's see. Bada boom. Yeah, I think we did look at Solana yesterday. Let's see. Oh, hey. Wait, was this the levels from yesterday? What was yesterday? Yesterday was not March 10th, so that was not yesterday. Let's go on to a lower time frame. Yeah, I have so many charts. I don't even know if we did look at Solana. I don't even know if it was this chart. It might have been this Solana. Let's see. Might have been this one. Maybe it was the Coinbase chart. Definitely wasn't this one. Let's see. Binance? I don't know. But anyway, we can take a look at it right now. Shout out to Tyler Rayburn. All right. Let's go ahead and... dang, I feel like we made a call on Solana. If not yesterday... Yeah, I feel like we made a call. God, I got to start, like, clipping my own stuff so I can remember exactly what I say. Oh, it was rejection on that chart. I guess it was this one then. Hang on. Let's see. Okay, so he's saying it was this one. Rejection. Where were we saying rejection? Paul Wood said nothing's guaranteed to play out except for Frankie's Cavs. They play out 150% of the time. That is actually an accurate statistic. Shout out to Paul. But let's see. Yeah, I don't remember. You put rejection on that chart. Yeah, I don't know exactly where. I guess it was probably, what was yesterday, the 14th? Yeah, so we're probably looking at right here. Oh, dang, we might have called that top. Well, let's see. We usually look about, no, it's 11 a.m., 6 p.m., what time is it right now? It's about 6:30, so probably between 6 and 7 we were looking at it. Yeah, I'll tell you what we were probably looking at. We were probably looking at a golden pocket rejection. This is my guess. If anybody could find the clip from yesterday where we looked at a rejection on Solana, let me know if this is what we were looking at. Was it a golden pocket rejection? Because if it was, dang, that would have been a saucy call. Let's see. Let me change this to the Frankie Candles golden pocket only. Yeah, that's likely what we were looking at for that rejection off of your local golden pocket. Tyler, let me know. Is that what we were talking about? You did call it. Shout out to Tyler. Yeah, I'll be honest with you. I don't even remember saying it. But that is likely what I think we were probably looking at, that golden pocket retracement, guys. And hey, these, again, not 100% of the time. Sometimes you'll just rip right through there, but more often than not, when you again, it's not just that we came up to test the golden pocket. You had money flow coming out here. You had the red dot, no bearish divergence, but you had somewhat of a bearish trigger wave here, letting you know, like, hey, might be a rejection there, right? And then that's not even looking at other things, like Lux Algo might have been giving us. Now, granted, if we come to a lower time frame, you could probably get a nice little confluence here. But you can see here on the 45-minute, there you go. Look at that, right? 45-minute, you get the strong sell on Lux Algo, right? And not only that, if you come back up to that 1 hour, no, where was it? Was it the 90-minute? And you get that sell right at the peak of there with your trend catcher turning red, right? Or purple in my case. But you have your trend catcher turning red, and then your smart trail wound up turning red as well. So if we do get another bounce up, I would look for that smart trail if you are using Lux Algo. This is something I have been using a lot to try to figure out, where you're going to get. A lot of times when you come into this smart trail, guys, you will get rejected, whether it's to the upside or the downside, right? You can see back here, you come up and you're looking like, I don't want to buy the pump. I'm waiting for a pullback. But where do you wind up entering, right? A lot of times on the smart trail. Now, I don't know how the smart trail is calculated, but you get the move down. A lot of times when you dip into that smart trail, it's usually, obviously you don't just want to blindly buy it. You want to have confluence, but this does tend to be, if you could get bullish signals at that smart trail, a lot of times it typically winds up being a pretty good dip buy, right? So you dip into the smart trail, you continue up, right? And then in the same fashion on the way down, kind of the same thing happens, right? You get a move down, right? You get a retracement into your smart trail, right? And that's where you could be looking for bearish confirmations, kind of similar. You can use it very similarly to a moving average, but again, I don't know exactly how this is calculated. Probably very similar to a moving average, but you come up here, you might get some bearish signals. Again, I'm not going to go too deep into what I would look for here because I don't want to waste the time. But you get bearish signals here, then you get a strong sell signal here. Might be a good place to start to look for to short the lower high, right? And we'll see. I bet this was a local golden pocket as well from this little blue candle right here. Likely going to be a local golden, and then boom, right? Again, like there you go. Local golden pocket, smart trail, strong sell signal, beautiful confluence to get that bigger move down. Wound up coming from there all the way back down about 12%, right? And then you actually wound up coming much lower. That could have been an absolute nuclear short trade. But there you go. I didn't really mean to look at Solana first, but there you go. I guess this is what we were, and again, I'm just trusting what you guys are saying. Apparently, this is what we were looking at, likely is what we were looking at, that rejection of the local golden pocket. A lot of people ask me, hey, you always say don't FOMO into a trade after the initial move, but what if the move is going to be a long move and you want to make money off of it? Basically by saying, like, you don't want to FOMO in at the bottom of purple candles, right? Because why would you get into the short here, even though it eventually would have played out? Why would you get in here and ride it all the way back up when you know once you start getting a bounce that you're likely to retrace to a golden pocket? So why not, when you get that, start seeing a bounce, just pull your local golden pocket and see where that golden pocket is, and then you could sit on your hands That's what you want to do. Sit on your hands. This is your trap now, right? Get out your uncooked spaghetti. Get your uncooked lasagna. Get your marinade. Dip your uncooked spaghetti in the marinade and start taking your notes on your uncooked lasagna, guys, because I'm about to spit the sauce. Here it is, right? I'm going to change it. I'm changing. There you go, right here. There we go. Sauce trades. This is the sauce section of the stream, guys. I'm going to go back in bar replay mode and show you guys kind of how you can handle this, right? So you have a level of support right here. This is what you're thinking, right? Okay, we have a level of support right here. I am not going to FOMO into this short trade, right? You have a bearish divergence, looking shorty, right? But we're not FOMOing in on these purple candles. What we're going to do is we're going to come to a lower time frame here, and I see we're coming up to support. Are we going to get a bounce here? Okay. So we're starting to get a bounce here, right? Starting to get a little bit of a bounce. Now I am expecting, now this is where you're, okay, we're coming, right? Again, right? You're coming into your smart trail as well, right? We're on the 24-minute time frame. Coming into your smart trail. Perfect example again, right? Strong sell signal into your smart trail, bang, right? And then you come into your smart trail. We're not going to bang, but we're going to come up a bit, right? So you come to your smart trail. You know that's pretty strong support. You know you have your horizontal level of support as well. A little bit of confluence there. You're expecting a bounce. So now, as you see the little bounce, you're going to pull your local golden pocket from the high to the low. Now you know that you have this local golden pocket up here, and now this is your trap, right? You know that this box, right, between the 786 and that golden pocket is likely where you're going to get a rejection. So now, this is how you trade with a plan, right? Like, so you're not just FOMOing into shorts. A lot of people would FOMO into these shorts, and they're just going to ride it back up, right? So here, you just sit on your hands. I see it going down. Yes, I'm missing money. I'm missing money. Oh, we're bouncing. Now, my ears are perked up. I have my trap set right here. This is your net, right? This is your net, right? We'll label it for you. This is your net, right? Or your trap. And you just wait for the animal or whatever you're trying to catch to weasel its way back up. So now you're thinking to yourself, well, if I come back into this golden pocket, I am going to expect a move to the downside. Now, I think this is exactly what we were talking about yesterday, right? So you have your trap set, and you're sitting on your hands. You're sitting on your hands until price gets to your trap, right? Now you're going to move forward. A couple of candles, right? Okay. Oh, no, we're coming down. I'm going to miss the move. More people would FOMO in there. Oh, my God, right? Especially on that last candle. Guys, stick with me because this is going to save you money or make you money. Hopefully make you money. But you can see, like, even right here, like, oh, no, we're coming back down. Oh, no, now we're breaking the level. FOMO in. And, oh, no, wait, now we're bouncing. That's how people get stuck in the, do I get in? Do I pull out? I wrecked myself. Why do I always wreck myself? Because you're trading with emotion. You do not trade with emotion, right? For me, I'm watching price go below the level, back up above the level, and I'm just laughing. I'm just like, oh, God, people are freaking out right now. But I'm not making any moves because I am waiting. If we don't come up here, then I'm going to miss the trade, and I don't care. I'll catch the next one. There's 30 other coins that are looking for trades right now anyway, right? So I am not tripping. I am sitting there waiting for price to get to my net, move time forward. Oh, my God, we're going back below the level. Got wrecked again. Oh, no, now we're starting to see a bounce. Are we going to make it? Are we going to make it back up to our level? Because I'm not taking a trade unless we make it up to that level. Whoops. Right? And then, boom, you come up. What happened? Price came up and kissed your net. That's your net. That's where you get into the short position. This is the sauce, guys. We're giving it away right here. This is your short. And then maybe, probably that smart trail might be a good place to start taking profits, or you could look at this horizontal level of support that you have here. Might want to start locking in profits, but you know price likely hits a lower high here and gets rejected. And please take note that this did not play out exactly as my line did. You are almost never going to be able to predict exactly what price is going to do. Price action is messy, right? It doesn't just come up and then reject. Right? It'll trick you. It's going lower. Oh, bing bong, bing bong, bing bong. And then it touches your level, tries to fake you out. That's your entry. You enter on the retest or the retracement, right? The retracement. But that is where you're looking for the short entry. You're not FOMOing in down here and then riding it all the way up, getting wrecked. And then, you're seeing this pump and you're like, this thing's never going back down. And then, you're just going to watch it absolutely come down. And obviously, we move time forward. This did wind up coming down. Boom, right? And then you're looking at it at this point and you're like, oh my God, I knew it was a short. I knew it was going to, and like, that's how you get wrecked. And then price just does what you think it's going to do anyway, right? So you just don't get into bad entries. Do not FOMO in, wait for the retracement, set your trap. If price does, and sometimes price won't get up there, or it will front run your level and you'll miss the trade. And that's okay. You'd rather miss out on a trade than lose money. So there you go. That's the sauce, guys. And that's likely what we were looking at on Solana yesterday. So I spent a little bit more time on that than I wanted to, but that is, rewind the stream and rewatch it because I'll probably put out a video maybe this week about more in detail on how you can do this, more step by step, and like more examples. But that's how you do it, guys. You don't want to be FOMOing into trades. So just keep an eye on that. But there you go. But anyway, I guess we'll just start off with Solana here now. Going to our Heikin-Ashi candles coming out of replay mode. So that would have been nice. So shout out to anybody who may have been looking at that trade as well. Nice little 12% profit on that one. I did not take that trade. Just full transparency. I don't even remember calling it, so how could I have taken it? But anyway, but there you go, right? So it's just all about the retracement levels, guys. It's don't get wrecked. Sit on your hands, wait for price to come into your little rejection box, and then get into the trade. Look at that. Look at that. That's how you snipe the levels, guys. That's how you're able to get into these quick little levels. You don't get into good trades by FOMOing into shorts here. Wait for the retracement. Bing, bong. There you go. Okay, so moving on with Solana. Obviously getting a little bit of a bounce here. That 24-minute looking for a red dot here as well. Shout out to Cybersplash, says #value. Shout out to you, man. #Cybersplash. Shout out to you, man. Let's see. Real quick, shout out to Lucky's Thoughts, says wrecked. Shout out to Lucky's Thoughts. Thank you for that $10 super chat, bro. I appreciate you. Hopefully you didn't get wrecked. Let me get wrecked for you. Don't get wrecked. Let Frankie Candles get wrecked for you. Shout out to Lucky's Thoughts. Hey, Frankie, how long you think we bing bong in this range? Well, we'll see. If we're going to break it to the upside, it might be happening very soon. But if we don't break out on that next 4-hour green dot, I do think it will be more likely to break to the downside. Dave said, when FOMO, though? Thank you, Frankie. Need to hear this like multiple times a day. Shout out to bullishsauce.eth. Those retracements is it's like not even like a secret trick of the trade. Like it's like a very it's like not an uncommon thing, right? Like it's very like just wait for a retracement, right? It's like fundamental, but it's the fundamentals that people always forget, right? So there you go. Hopefully, if you guys learned something, hit me with a #value. If you found any kind of value in that little rant, whatever, I get wrecked. Whatever, I get wrecked if I want. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to you, bro. All right. Shout out to Cybersplash, #value, and shout out to Savage Star. Very educational. Thanks, Frankie. Shout out to Savage. Hopefully I'm saying your name right. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you so much for that super chat, and hopefully you learned something for it. I appreciate the $10 super chat, bro. Let's see. Big up from Brooklyn. We got Mikey L from Brooklyn representing New York. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Let's see. RH says, can you show us how you do the fixed ranges? Yes. Well, I have a bunch of videos on my channel about that. I don't want to go too deep into it just now because we did just go on to a little bit of a rant. Let's see. Can you slowly show the retracement thing? Yeah, I will show it throughout the altcoins because there's going to be many opportunities to show that example. So let's move on to the altcoins, guys. So let's go. So starting off with Solana, I'll have to show ETH. Shout out to Rob the Crypto Snob. I will show ETH in just a second. But as far as Solana, taking a look at your daily, VWAP coming down. That is a little bit more bearish. Starting to get a little red doji candle here. But yeah, looking for a red dot on that daily coming up very soon. Your 16-hour is printing. What are the lower time frames looking like? Oh, God, is that? Oh, boy. 90-minute coming out with your money flow. 12-hour red dot looking to print. 45-minute money flow is in the red. Coming on down. 10-hour red dot is confirmed. Let's come down to some of these lower time frames. Again, the next move up that we get, whether it's a little retracement or if it is, here you go. I'll show you another retracement here, right? Come down to the 1 hour. Again, right? If we get a strong bounce here, right? Just like we pulled this golden pocket from the high to the low, got a rejection there. Now what you would want to do is pull your fib to this low, right? And then move it to the latest high. And sometimes you have to experiment with these levels, guys. They're not always that simple to find because sometimes, right, you might be looking at this golden pocket for a rejection, right? But really what happens is you come down to this golden pocket, right? And you reject off that golden pocket, right? So sometimes you do have to play with the levels. But if you get a big bounce here, this would be a decent level to look for a rejection coming in at about $20.46. I'll go ahead and pull some volume on this as well. So here you go. There is your volume profile, slipping that value area. So again, yeah, if we get a move back above that value area low, look for a rejection off that POC and a continuation downward. 2-hour green dot looking to print. Again, I don't think the next big move up or a next decent move up is not going to happen until we get that green dot on the 4-hour. But again, money flow coming back up on your 30-minute. Yeah, hard to tell. I don't know. I don't trust this money flow, to be honest with you, as of right now. 90 minutes coming out, your 30 minutes coming back up, but your VWAP on the 30 minutes coming down, and your 8-hour red dot is confirmed. So I'd be very cautious. I would lean sideways bearish on Solana, but now you guys have some levels to keep an eye on, right? The major levels I would be watching to the downside would be actually right about, yeah, I mean, basically where we're at, right? Next level of support is going to be 1878. Immediate level of resistance is going to be about 1985. And then... yeah, these are the main levels that I would be watching. If you guys want to screenshot those real quick, feel free. Let's see. Shout out to Chemistry Bro. He says, first 2 stair steps on the way up were there were both basically perfect golden pocket retracement long setups as well. Pull the fibs, Frankie. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. I don't. Are you talking about these steps up? Let's see. I think is probably what you're talking about. Yeah. And it works the same way for longs, guys, right? You go from the start of the impulsive move to the end of the impulsive move, right? And then when you get the retracement, same thing, flipped upside down, right? You're just looking for price to come, kiss that golden pocket. Right here, you got a beautiful bullish divergence on the 24-minute, giving you a signal to get another leg up. And now what you could do is move your low to the start of this impulsive move. Where's the other? And then pull it to the top of that impulsive move. Yeah, this is definitely what Chemistry Bro is talking about. And then you see, you get the second move, wiggle your way down, tap the golden pocket, and then you get your next move up. And then let's see, was it another one over here from the start of this impulsive move? Yeah, this one you came more towards the golden, the 786, but you can see the other two. These two worked out perfectly to the upside. So it's the same thing from the upside and the downside, right? So I would look at those levels for Solana. Those are the major levels I would be looking at. Now let's go ahead and move on. We got 858 people watching the live stream concurrently right now, guys. We're going for 800 likes on the stream. I think we could do it. If you have not smashed that like button already, guys, click it once. But if you're going to click it more than once, make sure you click it an odd amount of times. So click it 1, 3, 5, 7 times. Just make sure it's an odd number for no particular reason. Shout out to you guys. Smash that like button. Shout out to G-Man in the chat. Said hello, Frankie and Familia. Bing bong. Shout out to G-Man 305. Mr. 305. What's up, bro? Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. William Carey in the house. Young Frankie. Shout out to Gary Rogers. What is going on? Let's see. Where's Rob? Date Digital. No, it went when you fart before she. Oh God, you guys talk about Dutch ovens? Oh God. Well, anyway, let's continue on here, guys. Let's go ahead and take a look at the rest of these altcoins. Taking a look at Ethereum, or as your grandmother might call it, Erythrium. Let's go ahead and check it out. I didn't want this one. What am I doing? I just go to my presets here. Come on down to ETH. We already got our. No, we'll come down to this ETH. Bada boom, bada bing. No, we'll come down to this ETH. Third one's a charm here. There we go. All right. So here are, man, I mean, hey, you look at this, bruv. It is respected. These levels all respected. Right into our purple rejection zone. We wicked out, and we are starting to fall back down. On ETH, Just like on Bitcoin, our value area high was our key level to hold. Same deal for Ethereum. I'm going to go ahead and extend this to the right. There you go, right? Once we broke below this value area high, we knew that POC was going to be likely. We did come down and hit that POC at about 1635. Now, if at this point, guys, if we lose this POC, I would look for a move down to this local golden pocket coming in between about 1584 and 1574. And then if you can't hold that local golden pocket, I would look for a move down to that value area low /786 fib level for some bounces. So as long as we remain in this range, guys, I will just be treating this as a local range, looking for shorts at the highs and longs at the lows. And that is basically all I will be looking for. And then until we break it to the downside or the upside, and again, very similar to Bitcoin, till we break this value area high, and honestly, I would say the purple box. If we break this purple box decisively, that's where we can expect a bigger move to the upside. But, you know, until we wind up breaking that value area high, I am not expecting anything too explosive out of Ethereum. Taking a look at the 4-hour, VWAP is coming up. And again, if we are going to see that move up, money flow starting to roll back to the upside as well. I don't think we're going to see that next big move up until we get that 4-hour green dot, and that might be where, we could potentially wind up, maybe we get a move down to the golden pocket, or maybe we just bounce from where we are, and then maybe that's where we come in, put a higher high into that 786 level right here. And then at that point, you might have your momentum waves coming up, and that might set you up for some nice bearish divergences for some scalp short trades on the way back down. So too early to call that yet, but that is kind of what I would be looking for. Next 4-hour green dot is likely where we will get that move up. Getting some nice support on your POC here, coming down to some of those lower time frames. You have your 15-minute money flow starting to come to the upside with your 4-hour VWAP starting to roll back up, right? So we get that green dot on the 4-hour with our 15-minute money flow crossing over into the green. That is where we might get that big move up, right? Especially if it happens at the same time. 2-hour green dot is printing right now. Now, if you're looking at some rejection zones, if we are just going to make a lower high and reject to come down lower, first area I would look for a rejection is obviously going to be this level here, coming in at $1,676. ETH is at 16K, guys. I'm just kidding. But yeah, I would look for a rejection here. If we can get above that level, I would look to work into, I'm actually going to move this. I would look to move, hard to say. I would look to this golden pocket here at about $1,700, 1706 and 1711. I would look for a potential move up to that level before putting in a lower high and rejecting lower, or you might break through, hit that 786, and get another move down. However, if you get that 15-minute money flow crossover into the green with that 4-hour red dot or green dot, that is where you might break these highs and come up much higher. So just some levels I would be looking for. But again, as long as we remain, right, we might be bearishly retesting that value area high, right? So first major level I would look to bearishly retest is the value area high right here at about 1680. And then again, if we push up further, looking for the golden pocket 786 retracement for lower highs before coming down. And then, if we start breaking the 786 and flipping that to support, probably not going to be the best short entry, but obviously at that moment, Market Cypher B should be telling you a little bit more of a clearer story. But yeah, that's basically what I would be looking for. As far as the indicators, it is looking very, very similar to Bitcoin. Money flow coming out on your 90-minute. Your 1 hour is in the red, crossing back over into the green, but it does look like that green money flow crossover will likely wind up being a lower high. As that VWAP comes down, it will likely drag you back into the red. So yeah, I would lean sideways bearish, right? That 1 hour green dot did not give us much. It looks like we are rejecting a little bit off of that level here at about 1680. So the fact that that 1 hour green dot didn't really give us much, that might leak into this 2 hour green dot, and it might start to give us a little bit of a flop here, but a little too soon to tell. But those are the major levels I would be looking at, just keeping an eye on that range between about 1538 and about 1680. Let's go ahead and continue on here to our next altcoin. There's Crypto Billy. Hey, yo, Captain. Good to see you, Dave. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Crypto Crypto Billy must have heard his name. Billy, were your ears ringing? Let us know, because we were talking about you. All good things, obviously. But we were just like, hey, where's Crypto Billy been? I'm sure he's busy. It's all good. But we're just wondering, hoping you're doing good. Shout out to Crypto Billy. Shout out to you, bro. Kembro, you holding down ATB? Let's go. Oh, wait, is Kembro, you a mod on ATB? Let me know. But hey, there he is, Crypto Billy. Let's go. Shout out to you, bro. Thank you for being here, man. I appreciate you. Gotta head to dinner with some normies. I'll be lurking. Shout out to Bubba's Crypto. Let's get it. Let's see. Stop the flop. Stop the flop. That's right. Brian Peterson does not like those VWAP flops, guys, because it usually winds up being a bearish thing. All right, let's go ahead and move on here. Alts are pinned. Thank you, Tony. Taking a look at Filecoin. Whoops. Did not mean to do that. That's a Philo Mining mining company or corporation. Let's see. Let's take a look at the KuCoin Tether chart. I mean, these alts were yelling that they wanted to go down with these bearish divergences on the 2-hour. But taking a look at your daily VWAP cooling off, money flow coming out, not in the red like Bitcoin, but money flow coming out generally. I do think altcoins may continue to bleed, out here a little bit. But money flow coming out on the daily, more of a bearish look. Taking a look at the weekly. Red dot confirmed, but you are looking to get that VWAP flip like we are getting on Bitcoin. Your 2-day green dot is printing. That is a decent sign, but yeah, I would love to see that daily red dot play out. Your 16 hours printing a red dot. 1 hour is in the red. I think this next 1 hour red dot may give you a move. Let's see, your 4 hours still coming up. Yeah, I would be cautious, guys, because these green dots, this one give you a little bit more of a pop than it did on the other stuff we were looking at here. But I would be careful, because if you get that 1 hour red dot, that 2 hour green, we might start getting rejected at the zero line on some of these higher time frames. But yeah, 1 hour red dot looking to print. I would look for a potential another move to the downside off of that. 24-minute in the green, that's got to be a blood diamond, right? Let's check it. That's the DBSI. That's not what I wanted. Shout out to the DBSI. We should start using that a little bit more. Market cipher A, no blood diamond. Okay. But yeah, 15-minute money flow is coming out again, guys. I think that I don't think we're gonna get another big move until we potentially start to get that green dot on the 4 hour for a lot of this stuff. So, and again, a lot of these higher hourly time frames looking for the red dots, right? If these don't turn into VWAP flips to the upside, the 12 hour, the 16 hour with the daily cooling off, with money flow coming out, with daily bearish divergences confirmed, may start to come down a little bit more. We are not even in the green, in the red yet with the money flow, so I would be very, very cautious. But let's go ahead and find some levels here. There you go. A perfect example of, pulling from the low to the high and then pulling back to your golden pocket before getting a move to the upside, right? You actually got it twice here. Well, no, not really, because the golden pocket would move if you pulled it from here. But yeah, when you pulled it here, right, once you start getting that rejection here, that's where you pull that fib. Look for a move down to the golden pocket. Look for look for your bullish confirmations, right? Come down to a lower time frame. What was happening here? Did we get any bullish confirmations? No bullish divergence here. No bullish divergence there, but you did get a longer-term bullish divergence with your higher lows and your massively lower lows on your price action, giving you that bullish divergence at the golden pocket, letting you know that you may get that bounce off the golden pocket. So giving away all the sauce here. But there you go. I gotta spit the sauce, guys, when it presents itself like that. How many likes do we got? We got 778 people in here. Shout out to the CandleMafia. 490 likes, guys. Going for 800. We're probably gonna need everybody in this live stream right now to hit that like button at the same exact time. On the count of 3, we're gonna smash that like button. It's gonna go 1, 2, 3. You like on the word 3. 1, 2, like, right? 1, 2, 3. That's the like button. See if we can get it to go from 490 to 580 in 30 seconds. Here we go. I'm going to don't hit it yet. Someone hit it. We're at 492 now. Somebody unlike. 494. It's happening quick. It is happening quick. So here we go. We're going to pull up the stopwatch. Okay. I don't know how to use an iPhone anymore. Let's see. Clock. Boom. Stopwatch, 30 seconds. We're already at 5:05. We got to get 580 in the next 30 seconds. Starting now, 1, 2, 3. Like the stream right now. Let's see, 30 seconds. Can we get 580? Oh, my God. I just spilled my iPhone, guys. First a Zip Fizz, now this. Here we go. Just make sure I'm not giving any personal information. Here we go. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let's see if we get to 580. Hey, what's up, Killa B in the chat? What is going on? I thought you only spit Fizzy Pop. Shout out to Creighton C. Let's see, 511. Oh, God, we only have oh, God, not even close. I'm shorting the dislike button, 50x on the like. Let's go. 413. Likes are securities. Well, there we go. We got 14, 20, 550. Boom, we just went from 519 to 550 almost instantly. There you go. I think, yeah, you sometimes break the like button when everybody hits it at one time. It stalls out. There we go. Oh, there we go. It's jumping up by like 20 at a time now. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Let's go. Almost 580. Close enough. Hey, look, we're on TV. Hey. But anyway, continuing on here, guys. Taking a look at Filecoin. Let me go ahead and obviously this golden pocket coming in at about, let's see. I'm going to keep this over here so I can see if we hit 580. 584, let's go, baby. Bing, bong. Boom, baby. Let's go. Shout out to the Candlemafia. It's just like, hey, guys, let's get 580 likes. Boom. Instant. Let's get it. But let's continue. Mine said 584 at 30 seconds. Let's go. Shout out to Jake Deli. Yeah, it's there's delays all over the place, so we hit it quick enough where it was probably right on time. Let's go. 580 likes secured. Shout out to World Bet. Crypto Killer Whale. I hate getting behind on the feed. I miss all the good chats. Let's go. Shout out to Crypto Killer Whale. 589 for me. Let's go. Shout out to Wick. But guys, major level I would be looking for on Filecoin is going to be about $5.04. Bottom of the golden pocket coming in at 481. So that is going to be a decent level of support. I'm actually going to go ahead and draw this as a box so we can get that as an actual level. Make that a little more accurate. And we'll make it blue. There we go. So that's going to be the first level. Obviously, you want to keep an eye on your 786 as well. And then I'm actually going to remove the tools to make it a little bit cleaner. And then I'm going to come down to the lower time frames and see. Yeah, it's hard to, yeah, not as easy to pull a range on this. Yeah, really not easy to pull a range on. I'll try to pull some volume on this. Take this one with a grain of salt, guys. A little bit of wonky volume here. Yeah, I don't even know if I really want to look at it. But I will say this. Let's see. All right. We're gonna roll with this. We're gonna roll with this, guys. Let's see. From the low to the high, bounce off the 786, pull it to the actual bottom here. I would look for something like this on Filecoin, right? If we can come out of this value area low and make a lower low on that 786 or this golden pocket, I would look for a potential on the 24-minute, the 30-minute. Yeah, you're getting, okay, actually, so you're getting a red dot on that 30-minute. Is the 45? Yeah, 45-minute coming down. You could be setting yourself up for some nice bullish divs here on Filecoin. We'll be honest here. Right here, right? You get a move down, boom. If you come down to that blue box or even just put a little bit of a lower low in on that 786, your red dot may print on your 1 hour, and your momentum waves might do something like that, giving you that bullish divergence. I would look for something like that on Filecoin. But we would need this is the 1 hour, so we would need some money flow to start really coming back up on some of these time frames. I mean, that 10-minute money flow does not look great. 12-minute money flow does not look great. 15-minute money flow does not look great. 24-minute money flow does not look great, right? So you would need some more confirmation on this. I'm not going to go into exactly what I would look for on this, but something like that, if you could get a bullish divergence with other bullish confirmations at this level, might be a decent little scalp for you. And again, just looking at the, this is not a trade setup or call, right? You're going to need more than just seeing that bullish divergence. You can't just blindly long bullish divergences or short bearish divergences. It's not that easy. You need a little bit more than that. But you know, if you did come down and you were able to get into a position like that, first nice little take profit, or first take profit I would be looking for is at that POC for about 18%. I mean, you could take profit earlier than that. But you know, just looking at the you know, the trade on this time frame, I would take profit a little bit before that POC and then a little bit before that value area high, ending in a 31% move to the upside, right? And no guarantees, right? There's nothing really saying that that's going to happen, but if you put that that bull div in, and you get everything else looking more bullish, that would be a decent place to look for some longs. So there's Filecoin, a little bit of a freebie there. Let's see. Take a look at FTM. How much time we got? Oh, we're doing good on time. Let's go. Let's see. Looking at the KuCoin, that is the pre-leveraged token. We want KuCoin Tether. Come on. Why is the KuCoin? Am I blind? Where's 3x long? Why are these all Bittrex? I don't want to look at the Bittrex chart. Let's see. KuCoin Tether. Why is that all the way down there? Okay, here we go. This just doesn't look good price action wise. Yeah, it doesn't look good. Anyway, let's go ahead and see, guys. That 1 hour blood diamond did give you a big move down. But let's see. Taking a look at the daily. Yeah, VWAP cooling off. Money flow coming out, guys. But yeah, shout out to Dixon. Welcome in, bro. I don't know where you heard that rumor, bro, but maybe it's true. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, red dot, VWAP cooling off on your daily. Yeah, we have 46 minutes to close our next daily candle. But yeah, VWAP coming down, a little more bearish. Money flow definitely not looking good on the daily for FTM. Your 16-hour red dot is printing like a lot of other things. 90-minute money flow coming out. 1 hour money flow was in the red, and now it is coming up to that zero line, but it does look like you are going to get a rejection here, especially with your VWAP. Look at the curvature on that VWAP. So if that crosses back down, that will likely suck you back into the red as far as money flow goes. So this is looking a little bit more bearish. Money flow, yeah. Money flow, red dot printing on your 30-minute as well. Money flow in the red. Your 15-minute is coming out. Yeah, money flow not looking great here. Nice little bear flag as well. I bet you TradingView called that one. Let's see. Bearish flag. Let's see if it pops up. Nope, not on this time frame. Sometimes, this stuff doesn't get recognized. There it is. So there you go. I love this little thing, right? Like, obviously, like there's when the AI is like trying to find these patterns, obviously it's going to be a little bit wonky, but they've improved this a lot. I mean, this is enough. If you don't feel like, if your eye isn't trained to find these patterns, this is somewhat helpful. It's going to miss a lot, but it is kind of fun. It's just fun to mess around with. But yeah, nice little bear flag here could be breaking down here with a measured move coming down to about 31 cents. Does that make sense? It does. It would bring you right down to the lows of that of these lows right here, bring you right back down here to that again, that 31 cent level. But continuing on here, again, money flow looking pretty ugly on that 10-minute. Your 1 hour, again, I think will get dragged back into the red. Yeah, 12-hour red dot looking to print, 10-hour red dot confirmed, 16-hour red dot printing. I mean, listen, your 2-day green dot, that's bullish. And money flow is coming up. There is slightly mixed signals there, I won't lie. But yeah, green dot looking to print on your 3-day. Yeah, I mean, I think, I'm not expecting an absolute nuke. 31 cents would be a pretty big move to the downside. What would that be percentage-wise? Yeah, I don't know. If 16%, we could have a little bit further down to go until maybe those higher daily time frame green dots wind up starting to play out. But, at this moment, the lower and medium time frames do look a little bit more bearish in the short term, and I'm going to leave that there. I'm going to leave that there, guys. Again, nothing's 100%. It's not like every time you see one of these golden pocket retracements, you're like, oh my God, we're 100% going to reject, right? That doesn't always happen, right? Sometimes you hop up above it and you get a bigger move up, right? So nothing's 100%, but hey, very interesting that we did retrace right to that golden pocket almost to... That's the move, guys. That's the move. Should I say should I say less? I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I'll leave this there. Look at that, guys. Look at the golden pocket retracements. These are the sauce, guys. These are the sauce. So especially again, if you're watching this big move down, you're like, no, I'm missing the move. I'm missing the move. I'm missing the move. I'm FOMOing in. Wrecked, right? So this is hard to sit on your hands through all of this, right? But if you just sit on your hands, you get the mega bounce, you're already looking at this price. You could even set an alarm here, guys. You could even go ahead and right-click, add an alert. You could title it Short FTM now, right? Short FTM now. Don't do your own research. Don't DYOR. Just short it. 100x now. Right? You can label it whatever you want. I'm just kidding, guys. Don't. This is not financial advice. Don't do that. But anyway, you put that right. Hit create. Bada boom. There it is. Why is it not showing up as a line? Sorry. Let me do that one more time, guys. Once per bar. No, only once. Test. Crossing. Yeah. Interesting. I don't know why it's not giving me a line, but usually the line will pop up like this, and you can actually drag your alert around, right? I'm not going to dig into the settings and stuff to figure out what's wrong there, but yeah, you could do that and just like put it here, right? And when it starts approaching that golden pocket, you could be like, oh, hey, possible FTM short. Go look at the chart. Be like, oh yeah, it's approaching that golden pocket. And then you don't have to sit there and watch the chart like a lunatic, right? You could just go do something, go live your life, and then when you get that, ba-da-ding, you might be hiking or on a bike ride. I don't really do any of that. I don't know why I said that. But you could just be out doing what you do, and then you get that message. Be like, it's almost like you're creating your own signals, right? It's like, boom, short FTM. And then you look, you're like, why did I say that? Oh, we're approaching that local golden pocket. And then you could further assess the situation from there and see if it's actually a good short entry, or if it's you're not getting any confirmations or what have you, right? So there you go. Just today's the vibe of today's stream is 100% golden pocket retracements, right? So there you go. Taking a look. Yeah. So let's see. Yeah. So as far as levels, guys, come out to a higher time frame. So yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and draw that out, right? So if we yeah, well, actually, I'm not gonna mark that out. But let's go ahead and find some more levels for FTM. Let's go ahead and pull it from here to here. Get rid of this golden pocket. Yeah, I'm gonna pull some wonky volume. On this thing. Let's see. We're going to pull it from here to here. Bada boom. There we go. Okay, so are we on our way to the value area high, or are we going to reject this golden pocket and come back down towards that POC? I'll be honest, the volume profile would say that we are on our way to the value area high, but Market Cipher B is kind of saying it wants to go back down before going back up. But I'm actually going to pull that golden pocket one more time here from the high to the low. Now, again, that golden pocket I just pulled was from this high, right? The local impulse, right? And that's where you get the tap on there. But if you bring it all the way to the top of the actual pump, you can see you have a beautiful, beautiful confluence between the golden pocket and that POC. And that value area high. So that would be a pretty good place to get a little bit of a rejection from. So if we make it up to that value area high, that would be a decent level to short. And then obviously you would want to watch that 786 as well. Again, if we pump through that, these are going to be the levels to short. And again, just kind of looking at the value area, this is some wonky volume. I will say that, guys. If you could actually probably pull another range right here, and let me unextend it real quick. Yeah, see, this is also the value area low of this local range. So you may reject here, I'll be honest. But yeah, there you go. There's some levels I would be looking for on FTM. Just treating this, I don't know if I would treat this exactly like a sideways range like we typically do, just because it's kind of wonky. But there you go. There are some levels that I would be watching. If anybody wants to screenshot those, anyone who is interested, I'll go ahead and put these horizontal lines so you guys can actually see the prices. Bada boom, bada bing, bada boom. Bada bing. There you go. So if you guys want to screenshot those, there you go. I have no response, Dixon. I don't know where the F you pulled that from. Wait, hold up. Where's Dixon? Dixon, where is he? Where is he? What is he pulling up? I feel left out. Jersey Shore is back, baby. Let's go. Shout out to Dixon. I don't know. Chemistry Bro is cousins with Mike the Situation. Chemistry Bro, are we related? I'm related to the Situation. That is so weird. I'm just kidding, guys. I am from New York, obviously. I think he's from Jersey, maybe. But I have cousins in Jersey. It's not the Situation, though. Shout out to Chemistry, bro. Tell Mikey we said what's good, bro. Tell him we said what's good. But yeah, shout out to the Jersey Shore. It's like my childhood or my high school years. But let's see. Let's take a look at Ada. Bada boom, bada bing. There we go. Take a look at. Wow, this is probably old. This is probably so old. Interesting. All right, well, we'll start all over here. Yeah, interesting. I wish. Yeah, because we usually look at the Coinbase chart, I think. Well, anyway, let's take a look at Cardano here. And again, guys, is this a golden pocket retrace? Can't make it up. Can't make it up. Boom. Beautiful short entries. And I like to bring this up multiple times so you guys can kind of see and just kind of replay it to you, right? And yeah, I mean, a lot of times, like even it's hard to tell, like, I mean, just go back in the price action, guys, and just test it, right? It's free to go back in TradingView, use the bar replay mode. This is the biggest thing that helped me with my trading, guys. I have to go through this real quick. Use bar replay mode. Scroll back to a random time, right? Just random. Don't even look, and just click, right? We'll just start right here, right? And then readjust the chart and pretend this is the current price action and play price through and act like you're actually looking at the live market and set your levels, right? And go. You can literally practice. This is the most OP tool on TradingView. It's bar replay mode. It lets you go back and practice looking at price action, test strategies, and just practice, right? For free of charge, right? I think to use bar replay mode, I believe you can do it on the free version, but you're limited to time frames, I believe. But this is OP, right? Because you could just practice on paper, right? Practice on paper looking at this. And then when you get wrecked, inevitably, while you're learning, you're not losing money, right? We're trading price action all the way back here from 2019, right? So you can't get wrecked from the past. And then you're looking here, right? I don't know if this is going to play out, but just for example, right? You got a little pump up here. Then you came down here, right? I'm gonna reverse it, right? So just come back and practice, guys. For real, if you take anything away from this stream, guys, please take this. Go do this. Put in the work. Spend a couple of hours making your eyes bleed staring at the screen in bar replay mode. So let's see. All right, now you're getting a little bit of a bounce, right? So go ahead and grab your golden pocket, right? And again, this isn't going to play out 100% of the time, but by back testing and going through this and running through old price action and testing it, you'll get an idea of how often certain things hit, how often certain things don't hit, and then you'll also find like the weird little nuances that's like, oh, I see price does like to wick up to that 786 sometimes, like, or oh, at this time of day, there's usually a random wick in the opposite of the direction that price goes. This is where stop hunts happen. It's just going through and looking at the previous price action, play it through on bar replay mode can really give you insight into how the market behaves from more of a macro, or just from more of a just like a natural perspective, right? So you can pull that fib from your high to your low as you get that bounce and see if you're going to come up and reject that golden pocket. I don't know if we are. What happened? We came up, we tested the golden pocket, we wicked up to the 786, dumped, wicked up to the 786, dumped, right? So there you go. And then what? And then maybe we break it. I don't know. We'll just play it through, see what happens. And then kind of danced around it a little bit. But there you go, right? If you're scalping, I mean, this is the 12-hour chart, so this would not be a scalp. But there you go. That's just my general thoughts to you guys is go back and test this stuff, right? Even grab your golden pocket, pull it from that high, from this high to that low, didn't quite come up, and then just go back and back test this stuff, guys, because this was one of the things that was the most helpful to me was doing stuff like that and just like learning how to back test and all that good stuff. I'll just go back and just pull your fibs constantly, right, from the high to the low. That one didn't work, and then go from this high and just go experiment, right? And you'll notice that, a lot of times this stuff lines up. This is kind of sloppy testing, but just please, if you're taking anything away from the stream, go ahead and go do that, guys. It is one of the things that helped me the most with my trading. But let's go through ADA really, really quickly, guys, and then I will cut you guys loose. We'll spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. Obviously, we did get that golden pocket retest before that rejection to the downside. Let's see. Let's pull our golden pocket from the low to the high. And again, right, like you come up, you bounce off the local golden pocket, right? As you reject here, that's where you pull your fib. You're expecting price to maybe come back to your golden pocket retracement, right? You get the bounce. Then where are you looking for price to bounce? Your local golden pocket to the upside, rejection, right? But yeah, these are some levels I would be looking at for ADA. Whoops. Go ahead and pull that level. Bada bing, bada boom. Bada boom. There we go. All right. What am I doing? Go ahead and boom. Put this here. Your 786 is coming in at about 27 cents. But yeah, immediate support, I would look for that golden pocket coming in at about 30 cents. That will likely be your support level. If you break it, your 786 may come in to save you. But yeah, I will pull a little bit of local volume here. Kind of hard to tell. A little bit of confluence between your value area low of that previous range and your golden pocket here. Something to keep an eye on. Your 786, pretty good confluence with your POC as well. So these are generally the levels I would be looking for on ADA. Again, looking very similar. Daily cooling off, looking for the red dot on the daily. No blood diamond on the weekly like XRP. VWAP coming back up on your daily. 10-hour red dot confirmed, 12 hours printing, 16-hour also printing your red dot, 90-minute money flow looking to cross over into the red. That doesn't look good. Your 1 hour's in the red. Money flow starting to flow back out, looking for that red dot as well. Looking very, very similar. I do think with that 1 hour red dot and money flow coming out on a lot of these time frames, the lower time frames, I do think, again, not calling for like an absolute nuke to the floor, but I do think it's probably a pretty high likelihood that you could come down to this golden pocket before getting another bounce to the upside. Shout out to Wolfman Ate My Crypto. He said timestamps are on point. Shout out to Tony D. He's been doing the timestamps. He's been crushing that. And I think it does. I know a lot of you guys timestamps in description for this. Dude, are you live stamping this? You're a psychopath if you're doing that. But yeah, shout out to Tony D. Get your likes in, fam. Shout out to Cozy Babe. What is going on, Cozy Babe? Thank you for being here. But I will say this, guys. I think the timestamps are huge because, we have long live streams, and I think it's a lot easier for, someone who might just be coming on, like, I want to know what he thinks about the alts, or, hey, I just want to see what he says about Bitcoin. You guys can easily scrub to these levels, these areas in the stream, so you can just get what you came for and then dip the heck out. But, guys, with all that being said, it's time to spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. I appreciate everybody tuning in and sticking around till the end of the stream. We got 617 likes. Let's run it up to 700. If we get to 700 likes before I'm done spinning that wheel, I will go ahead and spin that wheel 10 times. But for right now, it's going to be 6. So smash that like button. I drive home half the stream, so timestamps are so fire. Shout out to Wolfman. Tony D, you're a psychopath for doing that live. But also, you're fire at your job for doing it live. But also, there's a couple screws loose. But anyway, you got the right screws loose. You got the same screws loose I think I have, where it's like, hey, you're still doing this? Like, you're still working? It's like, I don't know, man. I'm a weirdo. I don't know. I have no life, I guess. I don't know. Shout out to Tony D. Yeah, Tony is MFing boss animal. Shout out to Dave Digital. I could not agree with you anymore, bro. LFG, hit that like button. Donato Cabrera in the chat. Let's go. So much sauce today, Frankie. You're the man. Shout out to King Peasant. Yeah, not our highest viewed stream, but I will say that stamps are clickable in chapters when the stream ends. Yeah, you guys can just click on stuff. Click on the timestamp. It'll bring you right to that level. Don't click the timestamp that says calf OnlyFans. Tony, can you get that out of the description? I think you put that in there by accident. We're not ready to release that yet. But anyway, I'm just kidding, guys. 584 people in here. Let's go ahead and spin that wheel of pain and pleasure. Let's see. Bing bong. Oh, give him a giveaway. I'm not going to lie. That looks like it's on Nope. Guys. I am not going to lie. Oh, it's right. Hey, guys, we can confirm that is directly in the middle. What is this? Get out of here. Get out. Was it Nivea? Oh, no. Oh, get him out of here. Oh, God. Get out of here. Guys, that is right in the middle. But that just goes to show you, I have rigged this game in your favor because the CandleMafia deserves it, guys. Anyway, and you will notice, guys, spin numero dos. Frankie has a fizzy. Oh, no. Tony D. Oh, God. I just took that volcano of a water bottle, the fizzy mishap, and I just put it in the bathroom. And Mrs. Candles is going to come home and just see that and be like, she's not even going to know what it is. She'll be like, what the heck was he doing? Shout out to, guys, my whole life is basically Mrs. Candles being like, what are you doing? Or like, it's too funny. The dynamic between me and Mrs. Candles is pretty funny. But yeah, shout out to Mrs. Candles. I would be absolutely nothing without her. My biggest supporter for sure. For real. I don't even say that to be nice. I truly mean that. But anyway, What was I gonna? Oh, you guys will notice that I don't know what this is because it's in another language. And the reason that's in another language is because, guys, I am using a VPN. As you can probably see on my Chrome tab here, little BR for Brazil. But yeah, I am using a VPN because I like to be safe when I use the internet, especially being in crypto, guys. It is very important. And shameless, smooth segue. Shout out to Tony D, guys. Tony D just like got to Atlanta and just got straight to work. And he worked out some pretty cool deals for the Candle Mafia. If you guys are looking for a VPN, now, we're not a VPN channel, but we did get some really, really fire deals for some VPNs. Like, some of them are actually kind of crazy. I'm just going to read them off to you. If you sign up with our link using for NordVPN, you get 63% off and a free gift. I don't know what the free gift is, but 63% off is pretty crazy. If you use our Surfshark link, they give you 82%. I was looking at these deals, guys, and just like, I don't know how these people are making money. But if you use our link for Surfshark, these are all new links that were put in today. Tony just got these deals for you guys. Surfshark VPN, 82% off plus 2 months free. And I think that's it. Just Surfshark and Nord. And then I think we have another VPN service with another fire deal. We know everybody kind of has a preference for that kind of stuff, so we wanted to get as many as possible to save you guys as much money, no matter what one you use. And we have another one coming. I forget exactly what it is. Tony will probably let you guys know in chat. But guys, 62% and 83% off is pretty wild. So definitely, if you guys are interested in using a VPN, the only reason I brought that up was because I saw the Spanish there. You guys probably like, what the heck? But yeah, if you guys are interested, we did just add those today. But there we go. We got 670 likes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 giveaways for the Candle Mafia. Shout out to you guys. Frankie, do you sleep ever? I see you popping on so many channels. Kudos to you. Shout out to Cisco Kid. What is going on, bro? I get that question a lot. Do I ever sleep? And the answer is not really. ExpressVPN. Which I guess is Tony's personal favorite. I like Nord. I've never used Express. I've used Surfshark. I've used Nord. I've used Proton VPN. I like Nord the best. But hey, I will tell you this. Tony's much more of a network computer guy than I am. And you can probably tell because I just said network computer guy. What does that even mean? But yeah, whatever. Anyway, yeah, bro. Shout out to Cisco Kid. I appreciate you, bro. I don't really sleep that often. Tongue punch that like button. The Izzy said that maybe he should change that to the Fizzy. Smash that like button for the VPNs. Shout out to you, bro. And Dave Digital says Proton. Let's go. TRD Farmer said Brazil is Portuguese, bro. What did I say? I don't even know. Did I even say a language? Interesting. I don't know. I probably said Spanish if I had to guess. Yeah, because I think it said L or N, and I was like, that's Spanish. But anyway, let's see. Nord's very good. My company's security team called to ask if I was working from overseas because I didn't disclose foreign travel. Shout out to Broganashi. It's pretty funny, bro. But, guys, with all that being said, I appreciate every single one of you guys for tuning in and sticking around. Did I show the wheel or was I showing my face for that whole time? I don't know. Well, anyway, we got 5 giveaways. That's for the mods. With all that being said, guys, that's all the time I got for tonight's stream. If you got to go back and rewatch some of that stuff, guys, I would highly recommend nailing down. I'll probably make a pre-recorded tutorial about these golden pocket retracements. Just remember, listen, a lot of these golden pocket retracements hit really hard, but just please understand that nothing happens 100% of the time. It's always easy to see in hindsight, guys. It's much harder when you have the emotions of a live market moving, the price moving. It's much different than going back and seeing how well things play out. So just keep that in mind. Nothing's 100%. But with all that being said, that's all the time I got for tonight's stream, guys. I will see you tomorrow, same place, same time, right here, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And just for anyone wondering, we're not actually in Brazil. It's just a VPN. But, guys, I'll see you tomorrow, same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just realized something very, very important that we did not do at the beginning of the stream, but I don't know if I want to bring any attention to it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. I love each and every single one of you. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys are the best. Hasta pasta. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Guys, we forgot something very, very, very important. And it might not be what you think. We forgot to load up the money gun, baby. We forgot the money gun. You guys thought I was going to say something else. I saw you in chat. You thought you knew, but you didn't knew. You didn't knew. You never knew. You were never going to knew. And you'll never knew. Shout out to the CandleMafia. We forgot that money gun, baby. Shout out to Creighton C. I'm just kidding, bro. Pretty good guess, though. Not going to lie. Had to switch it up. Bing bong. Hasta pasta mafia. I love each and every single one of you. See you mañana. Same place, same time, 5:45 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I love you all. Frankie Candles out. Bing bong. Bing bong. Bing bong.
Tyler Ramos.
Okay, low key, guys. We gotta light the candle. Shout out to Creighton C. You got me. But we have to do this. It's not really. It's really more for. I've started problems with the candle gods before, and it didn't work out really well for me. So there we go. Candle gods. We totally had this going the whole time. Shout out to Creighton C. See you guys tomorrow. Now I'm actually out. I got things to do. Hasta pasta. Frank Candles out. Bing bong.
Tyler